Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geekonomics. It is a normal show. It's Brian hiding for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. He's just being Brian. But we're here. We're back. Better than ever. Oh, he's taking the elevator down to the basement level, to the Bat Cave, if you will. Hi, Brian. How you doing? How's things going there in Dadville?
Doing great,
Now
Mark.
you live in Dadville with your dad jokes.
My dad joke.
Not even a dad, but you have dad jokes.
Yeah, it's been a week. I mean, the weather is getting crazy. And
I don't know about you, but last week felt like a year. It was like felt like the longest week ever.
it's because we had like 5 days, like of work. I
Like an
think
actual week, like an actual week of work.
yeah, the week
But
before
it just
that we
felt
had
like
a day off because of the snow, and
Yeah, it just felt like a very long week that
yeah,
like would
is
never end.
you, you you nailed it, Mark. It really did feel like a freaking long week.
Which say wasn't just me because I was like, and Claire
No,
had the same thing. We're both like, why is this week taking forever?
yeah. This week, I mean, we got crap weather today, tomorrow, a snowstorm, possibly Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
But I I'm very thankful I get to work from home in times like
me too.
this.
Me
Yeah.
too.
So no
I
complaining
don't know
from
about you, but next month will be a year.
yes. We've been working from home
Yeah.
since March.
Yes.
So I actually remember the day, like it was around March 14th, 15th, is when the superintendent said I need to make an announcement.
Mm.
And we're like, okay. And we
Right.
we recorded it and we put it out there.
Mm.
And the following week, he made another announcement, and then we didn't go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah. No, for me
crazy.
it was uh March 16th. I remember we did a going away party for Sandy because she was retiring at the end of March.
Yeah,
And then I worked that week. So I think it was like the 20th, I think was the last day or seventh, like some random day
yeah.
like that. And then I was going to take the last week of the month off because Sandy was finishing out the month. And we just kind of started with we were doing like, well, someone will work one week, someone will work the next week, and we'll go back and forth in that theory.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, since Sandy's leaving, she can work this next week. I'll stay home. And then by the time that week ended, my boss was like, "Nope, you're just all home for good." And then I literally like sat home for a month without anything
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
didn't have any way of doing anything because I didn't leave work thinking I was not going back for a year.
Right. That first couple weeks was a little rough, I think, for
Yeah,
everybody. But then once you were like, okay, I can start working from home, I'm all set up.
yeah. Well, I had to like go back in and grab like my computer and
Yeah, yeah.
edit like stuff that I could use to do my job, basically.
Yep. Well,
But
fun times, Mark. And
yeah,
now we're doing a show like this. Seriously,
yeah.
this is
And
kind of
now we're
cool.
a virtual podcast,
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Um,
virtue cast, I call it.
so Mark, what did you watch? Did you read? Did you play anything? Did you hear a good album this week?
Well, just I've been listening nonstop to the Foo Fighters album.
Yeah,
I don't know about
it's
you,
oh
but
yeah, it's Weezer,
uh,
Foo Fighters. The two
yeah,
albums I've just been
yeah,
swapping out all week.
yeah, basically back and forth. Uh, it was Valentine's Day, and it's also Claire's birthday. It's the same day.
That's man, you really hit gold right there.
But I can't forget either one of them. That's how I figured that one out.
Yeah.
I kind of planned this out smartly. I feel like I'm kind of a genius in this thing that I've married a woman whose birthday is on Valentine's Day, and I got married on Star Wars Day. So they're 2 days I don't have to worry about remembering
There you
because I'm
go.
always gonna have other things to remind me about it. So I'll be like, oh yeah. So we did a little family party with her immediate family on Saturday. A little pizza, nothing crazy. And then yesterday we just like lounged. I watched the Daytona 500, which took 14 hours basically because it rained.
And it ended in a ball of fire.
Yes, ball of fire
Yeah,
at like midnight. Um,
they were tired.
yeah, they probably were.
Yeah.
But then while waiting for that all to finish, before I ended up watching the rest of the race, we watched The Little Things with Denzel Washington, Jared Leto, and Rami Malek.
Was it good?
It is amazing.
Really? Because all the critics were
I will
just
say
saying it wasn't
I'll
good.
go to Brian Kozaska way and say this is probably the best movie I've seen in 2021.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, we'll have.
Yeah.
We were gonna watch it, right? And then the reviews were just saying it wasn't. It was all right. And then I was just like, it kind of.
You're into the genre
Yeah.
of like the murder
Yeah.
show kind of stuff. You'll like it. You like it. It's.
We'll check it out then.
I think there's more to it than the movie actually shows. Like yeah. I'm not gonna let too much out of the bag for you.
Yeah. I'll watch it.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Jared Leto plays like the creepiest guy, which is like perfect for him. It's right up his alley. That's what he does.
His MO. Yeah.
But when you see the movie, he like has like this like beer belly kind of thing going, and he has like this walk. It's like crazy walk. It's very. His character's just creepy. And Rami Malek, I'm not sure how I feel about him still as an actor. Like he was great in Bohemian Rhapsody, but I'm not like I haven't seen him do other things besides that.
Mr. Robot is really good.
I didn't really watch that, but I don't know. He's like he doesn't seem to be in it. There's not like a lot of range in him.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Robot was perfect because he played an introvert, like a hacker guy, you know, and he's very like that stoic, not stoic, but very like introverted, shy, quiet type. And then seeing him do Freddie Mercury was kind of like a big departure for him. So to see him in a movie where he's just playing a character.
Yeah, he just plays a detective in this one. He's not, it's not like anything.
Yeah, it's not like he's stepping out of his range here. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just But it was very well done, very well put together.
I will check it out now.
Yeah.
We kind of
forgot. It was nice to watch a new movie without having to go to a movie theater. I will say that.
It always is. Is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Not really. Just a regular week. Nothing crazy. No, like really. Not really diving into too many things. I watched Last Week Tonight this morning.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch that.
I came back, so
we'll watch it tonight.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk about the Britney Spears documentary on.
Yes, Claire's gonna watch that. I think today or tomorrow.
I would watch it, Mark, with her. I was excited to watch this. We watched it this week, and it is very interesting. It's very sad.
Well, yeah, I kind of assume that.
Well, it's sad because I think we've come a long ways as a society where mental illness has become something we do talk about and we empathize with instead of just calling someone batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And I think Britney Spears, at that time, people weren't like she was very young when she got to fame, and it goes to the whole
She was in the Mickey Mouse Club when she was like 12.
Yeah, but the fact that the media sexualized her, she was trying to just be herself, but some of these interviews she did, grown men asking her about her body parts, it was so cringeworthy. That would not fly today.
No.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a female singer go on Jimmy Fallon and they start asking about her boobs, you know?
Jimmy Fallon wouldn't ask about her boobs.
I understand, but I'm just saying that wouldn't fly. But back
you want to be their friend and laugh about everything they say and be overly annoying. That's what he would do.
But back then, this is the shit she had to go through, and the paparazzi was insane. I don't know. It's a very fascinating story. It's also a cautionary tale, I would say, and hopefully, things will get better for her with her dad, because her dad is like in it for the money, baby.
Oh yeah.
And then we watched a new film that just came out, and it's on demand. It's super cheap. It's like $5. The Kid Detective with Adam Brody. Highly recommend it. It's a rated R film. It's not a kids movie. It's called The Kid Detective because he was a kid detective, and now he's in his 30s. He's kind of he's down on his luck. He's kind of like, then someone someone's
He played a
boyfriend.
kid detective in a TV show, is what you're saying.
No, he was a real in the movie. He was a kid detective in a small town, and he
Oh,
solved small petty crimes, right?
okay, gotcha.
And then he gets older, and he's now an adult detective, but he's having a hard time, and he gets a murder case, and it's um it's really good. We really liked it. It is something I did not expect. I like, you're just kind of like, what is going this? What's happening?
Mm.
It's an interesting film. I highly recommend it. The Kid Detective, Adam Brody, man, it was really good. And like I said, it's always great to watch a new movie at home.
Yeah.
Um, but that's
And the
really
other
about
thing
it.
that Claire watched, I think you'd be into, is she watched the thing about the Cecil Hotel that's on Netflix. It's like a true crime thing.
About the hotel. Everybody, there's been tons of crimes in.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and
taken.
the girl goes missing.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
use a
yeah.
lot of the video and stuff from the thing. She said that was really good. It was really
That's
intense.
yeah. That hotel's pretty. It's infamous.
Yeah.
I have to check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
But that's it for me, really. I
You didn't
mean,
watch Willy's Wonderland?
not for $20.
Oh, it was $20. Oh.
So originally it was either we were going to watch Promising Young Woman, which is nominated for the Golden Globes, which are like next weekend, and that was $20, and I didn't want to pay $20 to rent a movie.
Mm.
But Kid Detective, I heard great things, and it was $6, so
There you go. Yeah.
I went there. I don't know how I feel about paying $20 to rent a movie. If it was to buy it, maybe. But then what if I didn't like it? Then I just spent $20 on a movie I don't
Well, that'd
like.
be just like going to a movie anyways.
Yeah, but at
You
least
probably dropped $20 at the movies by yourself anyways.
But I'm not going to the movies. That's the difference.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm home.
That's the give and take of the new reality.
I'll pay $20 to see Black Widow because I know I'll probably really like it. But to pay $20 on a movie I'm not sure I'm gonna like, I'll wait till it drops.
Which I don't even know if they're even gonna do that. Like, I know that's like rumored that they're gonna go that direction, but
yeah, there was talks. No,
because they're doing Raya the Last Dragon or whatever. That's a Disney movie that
said
was
they're
supposed to come out,
open.
and now that's coming out. Yeah,
They said they're open to do something different. So I think they realized in May. Okay,
things aren't still gonna be.
No, because Connecticut, not to go into the COVID thing, but Connecticut, they just started 65 and above.
Yeah.
General public, people like me, summertime.
Fall time.
That's June.
Yeah.
They're not, I mean, I'm not going to get this vaccine until June. I'm not going to see Black Widow in May.
Yeah. If we're lucky, June. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking like more towards my birthday even.
Yeah. So
more towards my birthday than your birthday. That's all I'm saying.
Probably.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, yeah, Black Widow, I think Disney's going to realize, hey, maybe we do theater.
Let's stop pushing them back. Can't keep pushing things back.
I think they're going to do theater, and I bet you they will do Disney Plus or VOD, where you're paying $20.
They'll do Disney Plus. They'll do Disney Plus. They want
but if they do VOD for Black Widow, they'll make a lot of money.
No, why would they want you to buy the Disney Plus so that way you can get the premium?
I understand, but they have to make up money back because they've already spent the money on that picture. So a smaller budgeted film, I guess it doesn't matter. But if they do VOD, I mean, they could. I don't know.
It'll be Disney Plus. If it's going to happen, it'll be on Disney Plus.
I hope. Hope. Anyway, that was my week. But we got some news, and we got WandaVision today.
We got WandaVision.
Episode 6, right?
Yes, episode 6. There's 3 episodes remaining after this one.
Whew. So this week, Mark, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their nominees for the 2021 induction, which I love the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Me too.
I highly recommend going. It was like the coolest place in the world when I went.
Well, like after this is all over, probably.
Yeah, of course, not now. But man, I was like in heaven when I went. It's such a rad, cool place. Okay, the nominees this year, we have Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo, the Foo Fighters, which will give David Grohl, if he gets inducted for Foo Fighters, he will be in there twice for 2 different bands.
Yes.
The Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Jay-Z, Shaka Khan, Carole King. I'm gonna mispronounce this name. Is it Fila? Kuti?
Cuddy.
Fila Cuddy?
Yes.
LL Cool J, New York Dolls, Rage Against the Machine, Todd Rundgren, Tina Turner, and Donna Warwick.
Would you mess that one up?
What?
Dionne
Warwick. I did mess it up. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dionne Warwick. So I know we had some chatter on Facebook with our friend Chris Giard.
Yes, he was very excited about it. He loves it.
Yeah, he was saying he didn't think the Foo Fighters it's too early for them.
He told me that. Yeah, I had a conversation with him off of Facebook.
I disagree with that. I do too. For me, you know what band's too soon? And this will be today's discussion. I'll give you mine, and I want you to give yours.
Okay.
1 or 2 bands you think don't deserve it. Okay. And I, just looking at this list, I would say for me, Rage Against the Machine, because they haven't been together the entire time. And yeah, bands break up and whatever.
Yeah.
But the longevity of their popularity died off.
Yes.
And then they became Audioslave. They became
different Red Velvet Revolver and all that.
Well, they became Audioslave with Chris Cornell, and Velvet Revolver was Guns N' Roses with Scott Stapp.
Oh, that's right.
Scott Weiland.
That's right.
SCP.
That's right.
So basically, I don't know.
I was thinking Tom Morello was in something else besides that.
Tom Morello has done a million things. I mean, they're great, they're talented guys. They deserve it later. I personally think it's too soon for them. Where the Foo Fighters have consistently put out albums, consistently been together, consistently.
I equate the Foo Fighters to like an athlete that was the top of his game or top of his position, like in baseball. Like Mariano Rivera, who was a reliever for the Yankees. He was the best reliever for for a good chunk of years, like 10 to 15 years. So, and then 5 years after he retired, he went automatically into the Hall of Fame. First ballot, you're in. I think I equate that to like the Foo Fighters. Like they've been, for the 25 years they've been a band, they've been one of the top. They basically kept the rock genre alive for the past 10 to 15 years. I
would almost say there's a Tom Brady of rock and roll.
Yes, exactly. If you want to go there, I'll take that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they've
kept
it. There's other bands you can say that are at their level, and we'll debate that to the end of time.
Yeah.
But I think for these past 15 years or so, Foo Fighters have been the band that's like been the top. Like when they release an album, it's an event. It's not like, oh, Foo Fighters put out another album. It's like the Foo Fighters put out another album.
Yeah, totally.
So I'd say their first ballots, like instantly in.
For me, it's Rage Against the Machine is too soon, and if I had to pick another band that might be too soon, all the rest are so good. So it's a really Rage Against the Machine. That's it for me. That's the one
for
band
me, for me, it's a person. It's not even a band. I don't think Jay-Z should go in right now.
Wow.
I mean, he's good, and he's like
he hasn't put an album out in a while, has he?
No, and he hasn't really put out I mean, I know he has businesses and he owns sports teams and he's married to Beyonce, but what has Jay-Z given music really besides?
Beyonce. I would say Beyonce before Jay-Z at this point.
Well, but she's been around for 25 years. You got to be around for 25 years.
I understand, but when she does,
she'll go in. She'll be like Tina Turner in that group.
Right.
She's
the fact that Beyonce can surprise release an album tomorrow and it will
Yeah.
do gangbusters, just like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
No, they don't have to promote it at all. It just drops and it's big. So I would say
I just don't see,
Beyonce
like,
before Jay-Z.
I agree, but I also don't, like, out of all those people, Jay-Z is probably the least influential, I would say,
Okay.
of that
fair
group.
enough.
I mean, I don't see, like, anyone. I'm not a huge rap fan, but I don't see many rappers being like, oh man, I really got into rapping because of Jay-Z, or Jay-Z was such a
Well,
huge influence on
you'd
me.
be surprised because Jay-Z brought up a lot of
Well, I know,
rappers.
but he's probably, as a producer, he would be, but I don't think as a singer. He's going in as a singer right now. He's not going in for being a producer.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's what I think you need to pay. That's the thing I think happens sometimes is these guys get nominated and then they get put in for their, like, encompassing of all their work, whereas this is just them as an artist. You know,
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last Jay-Z song that was like maybe like New York, Welcome to New York
That was huge.
was probably like the last song I remember of Jay-Z's.
Right.
I mean, and
And
that's like nothing that was like
that's a
Hall
great
of Fame
song.
worthy, in my opinion. But
Anybody else or just Jay-Z?
I mean, I know that the Cuddy was like a guitar whiz, and he was like a huge guitar player back in that time frame when he was around. So I think that's like it's a different thing. So I know that's why he's would probably go in. But I mean, I agree with your Rage statements. I'm not like a huge Rage Against the Machine fan, so
Yeah. I mean, if Rage Against the Machine,
I mean, Iron Maiden is not like I'm not a huge Iron Maiden guy either, so I don't really know.
but Iron Maiden has tons of albums, and
Yeah,
they
no, yeah,
they
I
kept
just not like
metal alive. Rage Against the Machine, I guess
like you could play their music and another band from that era's music, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference probably.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, if you played Cinderella and Iron Maiden back to back, I'd be like, oh, it's a cool album you got going on there.
Well, I would say I would know the difference between Iron Maiden and Cinderella.
I don't know who any of those bands are. I just sort of name a band. I don't even know what they sound like.
All right.
I
would know the difference.
I
But
know you would, but I have no idea.
Iron Maiden probably, if you played them with another, like Dio or something like that, you could get them confused.
80s rock.
But
80s heavy metal.
Yeah, metal.
Bands.
But I mean, this is a great list. I mean, it is awesome. And
the fact that you can only pick 5, that's like, it's tough.
Yeah. Now, are they open to voting?
Yeah. Till April 30th, you can vote. Daily. You can pick 5 daily.
Where can you? I'm on the webpage right now.
If you go on the Rock Hall of Fame webpage, it should be like the first thing on the main page. Like, vote now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but now the voting is done by us, but there's
other people that vote too, but it's just this is the fan vote.
See it.
Yeah.
The fan vote. Yeah.
They get like one vote, kind of like they take all the votes together and then it's like one vote.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
All right. Well, Mark, we have to.
What were your 5 though? What were your 5?
What would be my 5?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. All right, let me go back, just so I can look at it. Okay, my 5. My 5 is Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Todd Rundgren.
No.
This is my 5.
Oh, sorry.
This is my 5. Foo Fighters, Todd Rundgren. I would do Devo. I would do Kate Bush. And I would do the New York Dolls. That's my 5. You see, that's my taste in music right there.
Yeah, you can.
What about you,
All
Mark?
right, so my 5, Foo Fighters. I would put in Tina Turner, Carole King. I would probably go Devo, and my wild card pick would be LL Cool J.
Ooh, LL Cool J.
LL Cool J was like in the 80s. He was like the first like big rapper, like individual rapper that I remember.
Mama's Gonna Knock You Out.
Yeah, Mom's Gonna Knock You Out.
That was huge when that came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there besides like the groups, the rap groups, he's like the first like individual rapper that I remember growing up.
And he always hosted the Grammys. I don't know if he still hosts the Grammys. I
I
stopped
think he
watching.
still does. Yeah, I think he does.
It's funny, as I got older, I stopped watching the Grammys. I give two
Yeah.
shits about the Grammys. I mean, I'm happy for people get nominated who win, and I always get excited when a band I like gets nominated and they win. But
Yeah.
the show itself, I just lost interest. It's just I don't care.
Music has passed you by, is what you're saying.
It's not even that.
It's what you're saying.
They shut out rock and roll and that whole thing, and it bothers me. It's just like represent all the music. But
Well, like I said earlier, how many rock bands are there nowadays?
there are still rock bands, and even when they were nominated, I remember the last
Foo Fighters are on there all the time. It feels like they're always playing on that Grammys.
no, they used to,
Yeah.
but the last Grammys show I watched, they had Queens of the Stone Age and Nine Inch Nails play at the very end, and they ended the show as they were performing. I waited the entire show for them, and
They probably ran late.
I get it. Listen, I get it. That pop music or
Neither of those bands even exist anymore, really.
Nine Inch Nails, yes.
I mean, like they haven't released an album in a while. I'm saying.
Nine Inch Nails just put an album out like I think last year. Queens, they're still doing things. They're still out there. And Trent Reznor's doing soundtracks all the time.
Yeah, well, I know that, but that's not Nine Inch Nails.
But that's not the point. They were nominated. This is like going back to 2014, 2013.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So what I'm trying to say is it's just not meant for me.
Not your cup of tea, as you would say.
Not my cup of tea anymore. I just don't care anymore.
Speaking of Nine Inch Nails, I did remember a show I watched over during the week. I'm kind of like spot watching, not like really into totally yet. It's on Netflix. It's called Song Exploder.
Oh yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, I watched like the Nine Inch Nails one when it hurt.
Yep.
And there's a couple other ones I've watched so far. They're really good.
We watched Nine Inch Nails and the Killers.
That was the other one I watched. Killers. Yeah.
Yeah, they were both really good.
Yeah.
I listened to the podcast, and they just basically Netflix picked it up to make like a video version of the podcast.
Oh.
So those are special episodes just for Netflix, but there is a podcast, and each episode's only about 20 minutes to half an hour, and they just deconstruct one song.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands I never heard of before. It's a lot of newer stuff, but once in a while there'll be someone I know and I want to listen to.
Like the first one was like Dua Lipa, which I'm not a huge Dua Lipa fan, but I did like just watch the first episode. And she's a very interesting person. It's just not my type of music I'm into.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to hear her, like, how she puts things together and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love...
It's a very interesting show. If you're into music, it's a very...
Right. I love music of all kinds. As I get older, I like more catchy things. I want to be able to hang my hat on the song, so to say. If it doesn't have a hook...
Like The Weeknd.
Like The Weeknd.
You like The Weeknd.
I love The Weeknd. So let's go into the next big thing, Mark, that happened this week. Zack Snyder dropped the Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League trailer on Twitter.
It's also on the HBO Max. If you want to watch it, you can watch it on there.
They say the Age of Heroes would never come again. And then March...
That's in the trailer. The terrible line from Ben Affleck.
March 18th.
Maybe it's time they would come back.
Now, here's the things we do know. There's only 4 minutes of newly shot footage. Only 4 minutes.
Yes. But there's 4 hours of movie that supposedly was out there that no one saw before.
If you go back to the very first trailer he released when he was still doing this movie.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of that footage is in this trailer, but the special effects have definitely been beefed up. Things look a lot better, I think. He overshoots everything because he's like, you know what? I'll do the theater run, and then I'll pack it for the DVD because that's what I like to do. And So he filmed everything, and then that other guy, the man we
Whose
won't
name we
name,
won't mention anymore.
he comes back. He comes in and reshoots things. That's why you had the
Well,
mustache.
at behest of probably the
I don't know
behest
why.
of WB or whoever, probably was more wanting to change things around.
Right. So anyway, needless to say, it's gonna be 4 hours. And there's only 4 minutes of brand new footage, and he did film things.
Well, he shot 4 minutes of brand new footage.
Yeah, he shot.
There'll be a lot of brand new footage to us that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. But all that other stuff has
because
been
it was taken
filmed
out of the old version and
right.
never seen again, supposedly.
Now, Ben Affleck did come back to
Yes.
film some stuff. He got in the suit. They said it was a little hard to get the suit on because he probably, is not in shape anymore.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And I think this goes to the rumor that people were like, Ben Affleck's coming back as Batman. I bet you anything it's because he was coming back to
shoot that one dream sequence with Jared Leto.
Yeah, to reshoot some stuff, and people were like, "Oh my God, Ben Affleck's coming back!"
Ugh, I don't know.
I don't think.
I'll tell you right now. I sat through the trailer, 2 minutes long.
Yeah,
which is 2 minutes too long, in my opinion.
All right, well, hold on. Don't say anything, Mark. Pause.
Okay.
Put a pin.
Okay.
Put a pin. Before you go there, my question is:
is it worth sitting for 4 hours to watch this movie?
I am excited to see, because overall I kind of like his movies, so I can't. I am excited. Yes, for me. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Watchmen. I think Watchmen was a fucking.
I enjoyed Watchmen. I enjoyed 300. I enjoyed those movies.
The only one I didn't really care about is Sucker Punch.
Yeah, which was terrible.
Yeah,
Claire loves it. I just think it's terrible.
You know what though? I think I reflected on that film visually and everything. It's a great looking film, and there's hot babes doing things. But with time and hearing people's opinions about this film and listening to why people like it, a lot of females do like that film.
Because empowerment, there's an
it's empowerment, but it's about rape.
Yeah,
and how
it's a rough subject.
You can go deep in that film.
Yeah,
and I think I watched it superficially. I think if I
just don't like the acting. I think the acting is bad.
Yeah, it's kind of stiff. I do agree with you there. But anyway, I don't want to go there because I think people do like that film.
Oh no, I mean people are allowed to like what they want to like. For me, it's just not.
It's not my favorite. Yeah, I think he did an amazing job with Watchmen.
I just don't know if I can handle 4 hours of Justice League.
Well, here's what I have to say.
I already sat through 2 hours of it, and I didn't
that was a different film.
I know, but it was already 2 hours of terrible. I don't know if I want to sit through 4 hours of terrible.
But this could be a different terrible, Mark. It could be better.
They didn't change the actors.
Yes.
All the acting in the movie was bad in the first place.
But how's it going to be any better now? The story is going to be better, maybe.
The terrible Superman? How's that going to get any better?
I think it's going to be better. I think
Ben Affleck's stiff Batman. How's that going to get any better? His dad bod Batman. How's that going to get any better?
All right, let's put a pin in this. That's fine. Here's what I want to talk about. The ending of the trailer, we get to see, in my opinion, a better Joker by Jared Leto.
You hope. I mean, it's not a high bar to get over.
Right. But here's my theory. I want to know what your
I'll tell you right now. The character he plays in the little things is basically the character. It looks like he just walked off the set of Justice League and did this movie.
He probably filmed it on the set.
He probably did at the same time. He probably just wandered over there and filmed that and then came back.
Because Zack Snyder was talking on this podcast about how he had to do some of this stuff when, for instance, the guy who plays Cyborg, he was working on a different project.
Yeah.
So he called him on Zoom, right? And he goes, I got to talk to I need a scene from you. I got to talk to your film crew. So basically, he had the film crew.
When he's,
film the scene he needs, and he directed him through Zoom, right? They filmed it with their cameras and they sent them the footage. And you didn't have to leave home. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it could just be that bad that
Okay. Let's stop there. My theory about the Joker is that is going to be
that's the 4 minutes of video they shot.
No, that scene with Joker, he's in Batman's dream. That
The
whole dream
nightmare,
sequence.
like he did the terrible Superman one.
And the funny thing is, I bet you anything, the Joker only appears for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. That 4 minutes that he shot of new footage, that's what it is. Is that Batman?
I think he says a few lines. He's just like a premonition.
I bet you the whole part in the trailer is exactly his whole part of the movie.
I bet it's very close. I agree with you.
Which to me is not worth me sitting 4 hours worth of Justice League.
I'm gonna watch it. Well,
I'll end up watching it, but I won't like it. But I'll watch it, but I won't like it.
We're gonna cover it on the show, so watch it with an open mind.
I'll only watch it for the show. I won't watch it because I want to.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I wasn't wooed by the trailer.
Fool me once, Justice League. Shame on you. Fool me twice, Justice League. Shame on me. Because 2 hours of Justice League was bad enough. Now you're going to add 2 more hours to it. And that's going to make it half as bad.
This could be all this footage we haven't seen before, so it could be way better than what we got.
Or it could be way worse than what we got.
I don't think that's possible, Mark.
DC hasn't let us down yet. They haven't had one good movie yet.
They've had,
one Wonder Woman movie. That was it.
I actually kind of liked Harley Quinn. Her movie was not bad. It was stupid fun. I don't know. I didn't overthink that. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I didn't hate it.
The one with her and the girls?
Yeah.
Birds of Prey?
Yeah, it was not bad.
You've gotten very, very forgiving in your old age, Brian Kozaska.
You know what? I went into it with very low expectations, my friend.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, it's a good thing because you wouldn't. It actually made me dislike Hugh McGregor a tiny bit. So there you go.
If I had paid for that movie.
Oh, God, yeah. If I had to pay for that movie, I would have been.
I would have been a little bit upset, but because I got to watch it on HBO.
Yeah. It's different when they're free.
Right. Totally.
Or free-ish because you're paying a subscription. But yeah, it's different.
You're more forgiving.
You're more forgiving when you're not having to shell out $17 to watch it.
Yeah, like if I went and I paid my $12 and then I got my $18 popcorn and my $25 soda, and then we went to Denny's.
Where are you going to the movies?
I don't know. That's why they're all close.
Gold-plated containers? Is that what you're getting?
I'd
like the premium gold-plated containers, please.
Dude, how much is popcorn and a soda the last time we went? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I buy the bucket. I used to buy the bucket and cup thing, so I didn't have to worry about that. It was like $10 for everything.
Yeah, it's so expensive though. Anyway, Justice League, March 18th. Me, you, and Rocky. We've decided we will cover.
Rocky be a special guest on the show.
Yeah,
so him and I can debate how bad the DC movie was. He already thinks it's the greatest movie in the world because Zack Snyder's releasing it. So
you know what though, Rocky's been pretty fair because he was excited for the Birds of Prey and he saw it and he hated it. I mean, he will say.
I mean, it must be tough to be a DC fan because if you're like oh man, this one's gonna be the good one. This is gonna be the good one. Oh no, it's just like the other ones.
I think the next Suicide Squad will be the good one. I really do.
Adding to the badness of DC, I keep seeing the commercial for Superman and Lois. Who's going to be on the CW.
I will never watch it, but it looks like Lois.
Dear Lord, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Lois Lane.
Superman with kids.
Clark and Lois and Clark. What was the old one?
But this one's like Superman and Lois. They're living out in Kansas or someplace.
Right.
On the farm, I'm assuming. And they have 2 kids that are teenagers. And they don't know their dad's Superman.
Hijinks ensue.
And hijinks ensues.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know what's on CW. I don't pay attention. Ooh.
Boy.
All right, Mark. I do pay attention to one show. And that show is WandaVision.
Magic Singer. Oh.
The Masked
Singer.
Who was it? I don't know.
Leanne Rimes was a Masked Singer.
I don't watch that show either.
Was the winner of the Masked Singer. If you've watched Fox for more than 5 seconds, you've seen a commercial for the Masked Singer at this point.
I don't watch anything with commercials on Fox.
Well, I don't either. I just say if you like, the race was on Fox yesterday, and during the rain delay, that's all they showed. They had like the same group of commercials they just kept running because they couldn't promote anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
WandaVision, Mark. Let's jump into WandaVision.
WandaVision, I got notes.
Okay, before we go into this. This is episode 6.
Yes.
Um,
This is where your spoilers will happen. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, we're giving you time now because I've heard from other people that we don't give them enough time, that we're going to start just saying things. We just jump into it. So I don't want to get anyone's ire up. So if you're waiting to see this episode or you're not watched WandaVision at all yet, this is where you can stop the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. But if you're sticking around to hear us talk about WandaVision, we're entering the WandaVision spoiler section in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, Magneto showed up. No, just kidding.
that was the longest intro of all time, Mark. Okay, so
Well, just wanted to let people know.
let's go through. Let's go through the beginning. I liked this intro, and it really took
Of course
me.
you did, because it's one of your favorite TV shows of all time.
It took me a whole day to place my finger. I was like, that was a weird. This is very like Nickelodeon. Then I'm like, what
Which is
is
what
this?
I said to you what it was, because I've never even seen the show, but I kind of know it from being a friend of yours.
No, it was a Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle, yeah.
Which Malcolm in the Middle came out in 1999, 2000. So
Yes.
it makes sense. It's kind of bridging that gap because
Well, my thing to that was because I know people were like, "Oh, I thought they would be the '80s next."
they already did the 80s. It would have been the
No.
90s. Yes.
90s, yeah.
It'd been the 90s.
I thought they do the 90s, but the kids aged up 10 years in the last episode, so they skipped a decade.
And
they
this
didn't have to cover it.
This is kind of that in between time anyway.
Yeah.
The kids are breaking the fourth wall. They're talking to us.
Yeah.
Then you have the cutaways, which are awesome that they did the cutaways, which Scrubs did those, Malcolm in the Middle did those. And then the music. I don't know if you were paying attention, but I heard that music was so on point. When there was a serious moment, it got all serious.
Yeah,
it was zany. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, no laugh track. Thank fucking God. I'm just so happy it's gone.
Well, they've moved out of that era.
I know, and very happy about that. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is a great episode. So let's go from the beginning because so many things we were right about a few things, that he was going to be the zany brother, and he was.
Yeah.
So Mark,
The zany uncle.
Yeah, what do you got?
So my first thing was the Malcolm in the Middle intro, which I thought was very cool, very well done. Wanda and Vision and Quicksilver all in their classic comic book costumes.
Well,
it was a Halloween episode.
Yeah, but you had
Wanda was a
Scarlet Witch,
Sokovian fortune teller. That was her shtick.
But it was Scarlet Witch, and then
Vision was a luchador. Yes.
Funny part is Petro dressed up as Silver Surfer.
Well, he was Quicksilver.
Yes. Or Silver? No, what was it?
Quicksilver, not Silver Surfer.
Not Silver. Quicksilver.
Yes.
And the kids were kind of dressed up like their.
The kid was dressed as Wiccan, but had very much of. I thought at first, the one kid that had the red cape and the belt on his head, I thought maybe it was Owlboy from Doug.
Oh.
That was my first thing. Like, is he dressed as the guy from Doug? Like when Doug dresses up as the superhero?
Yeah.
Because he used to wear the belt and had the belt thing was like that. I think it was Owlboy. I think that was what his superhero name was. But I guess it was Wiccan. Liz Drez, like that's his character's name.
Yeah, Wiccan and Speed.
And the kid is Speed, yeah.
Which he learned his magic. They kind of get their own magical powers.
Each got their powers, yeah.
They learn their powers this episode, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I want to bring up what the whole Mephisto thing, I still feel could still happen.
There's something going on. There's something definitely messing with stuff besides Wanda.
Because her brother
knows too much,
asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And Someone brought up this point, which I was like, oh my god, I didn't notice it the first time. He says a lot of things. He says, "Unleash hell, demon spawn" to the kid.
Yeah.
The kids need a father figure.
Yeah.
Also, he says, "Damn it, if Westview, New Jersey isn't charming as hell." I mean,
Yeah.
these are all kind of just like,
You mentioned Shangri-La,
yes, like,
which was the land that Vision invented in an arc, a very like small arc in Marvel comic books, where he like ran Shangri-La
I think
for the
these can
devil or
all
something
be
like that. Yeah, so
Easter
it was very
eggs, or they
a
could
lot of.
be.
I don't know. I found that this show is very look this way, but look that way, kind of thing. You know, like look over here, but something else is going on over here that you should be paying attention to.
Well, I'm just saying, Peter really, he's asking a lot of questions. He's in control of himself. She's not controlling
Yeah.
him, and I think she's becoming very weary of this. And then
Yes. Yeah.
just the things he says.
Yeah, because the thing where she keeps saying that she doesn't know how this happened and she didn't do this and she doesn't know how it got this far.
Right.
I think that there was some kind of deal made with her and somebody to bring Vision back, and this could be the result of it.
Yep.
But
And
she still has control over it because at the end of the episode she expands it. But we'll get to that in a minute.
yeah.
But I have questions,
Yeah.
which maybe
yeah.
you have answers,
Okay.
or if not, we can discuss what the answers might be. What is the meaning of Ellis Avenue?
Oh.
Why was it called Ellis Avenue? Why is Ellis Avenue the road you cannot cross?
So Ellis Avenue, there, I did do some research on that. It's an, I guess they were saying it's an odd reference. Warren Ellis was a writer for many Marvel comic books,
Oh, okay.
but nothing that
Nothing
involved with
involved in the
WandaVision.
universe. Okay, it was just a random grab.
Yes. I guess okay, so but she did write a dark, cynical horror version of the Marvel universe where everything went wrong. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver had very minor appearances in it. And she also wrote something called Next Wave Agents of Hate. And it was a non-canonical series that teamed up Monica, Machine Man, Boom Boom, and a bunch of others, and a lot of weird stuff happened. But that's it. She was a writer for Marvel. She didn't really do anything. I don't know. I mean, it could have.
Yeah. So in the episode,
it could just be that. I
like
don't
we're
know.
saying, they started off. They're in the house. Vision takes off to go work the neighborhood watch during Halloween.
Yes, he's like.
All of a sudden, kids appear that have been non-existent.
He mentioned last episode. I've not
where all
seen
the
one kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So of course the kids all appear now to supposedly make him feel better.
Special spectacular episode.
We realize that we find out that it's very Truman Show-esque, where if you're not in Wanda's vicinity, you don't really do anything, which they showed creepily.
Creepy.
By,
that
like,
woman
the lady hanging the ghost on the clothesline thing, and the guy back and forth with the pumpkin, and then the people way out in the cul-de-sac, they're just frozen in place.
It's because her power kind of ends there, so it's like they're like stuck.
Like, well, they're like staged. They're staged for if someone from the main family goes off in like Truman Show. That's what made me think of Truman Show. It's like wherever Truman went, stuff happened. Like, remember they had the traffic was all stopped in one spot, and then like, okay, here he comes.
Yeah.
And he come around the corner, and everything would start moving, and people would start acting and stuff.
Yep.
That's what made me think of that. That's what I got that thing from.
Yep.
Then they cut to outside the bubble, which I'm calling it, the hex, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And of course, there's always got to be a douchey military guy. Very Alex Ross from Incredible Hulk-esque kind of military guy.
Now, wasn't he kind of cool in the beginning? Like the first time we meet him, he was kind of a cool guy.
Yeah, I know. I don't
know what happened.
I don't know. I feel like he kind of. I think the whole gun turning on him thing has set him off into a thing. Yeah. I don't think he's very understanding of the non-blipped or the blipped people. He doesn't really. which would make sense if someone was stuck for 5 years with what was going on, and then dealing with people who come back and still just think everything's like it was before the blip. And you're like, well, for 5 years we had, like you said, we had to keep the lights running on the world basically while you guys were wherever you were, or whatever was going on with you.
He's
So,
kind of an insensitive prick.
well, yeah, he's a military guy. He's like one of those standard issue military Marvel guys.
Yeah.
Very Alex Ross from Incredible Hulk.
Totally.
Kicks Mew Mew, Darcy, was their name, Wu and Monica out of the camp.
Not very far though.
No, Jimmy Woo turns into the badass that he is, kicks people's ass.
Well, so does Monica.
Yes. Speaking of which, I love the drop of when Quicksilver takes off, and Wanda goes, "What a man, that's kick ass."
No, well, he goes, "That's kick ass."
No, that's kick ass.
And then she says, "Kick ass."
Kick ass, yeah, because he was in kick ass.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty on the nose kind of thing there. But in that part where they break into the other room there and they're hacking into the computers, Monica says, "I got to meet my guy over the ridge again. He's be here in an hour."
We don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is. So who's that? That's another thing.
Big question.
If you see, Darcy sends an email of the information that she hacked to somebody, and the name on the email was James Rogers, who, I don't know if you know this, in Marvel Universe, is from a different Earth than our Earth in Marvel Universe. He is the son of Captain America and Black Widow from a different universe.
Huh. But he'll be playing someone different in this.
Yes, but that's who James Rogers is in the Marvel Universe.
Interesting.
So I don't know how that connects to this universe.
Right.
Because Captain did go back in time, if you remember, at the end of Endgame.
But he was with Carter.
Yes.
But they could.
So I'm wondering if instead of it being Captain America and Black Widow's son, if it's Captain America and Agent Carter's son. Right? Because then I'm wondering if that leads into, if that's the connection from this show to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because they show a Captain America in that in the trailer. That's not Steve Rogers. Could it be they're leaning towards his son taking over the mantle of his father, which happened in the comic books?
I don't know. It's got to be Falcon's take. I mean, they're both using a shield. So.
No, I know, but in the comic books and in the trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier, they show that scene where the guy's running across the field and he's got the Cap uniform on.
Yeah.
That didn't say where that was, and it doesn't say if that's earlier or later in the show. But I'm wondering if that's where they're heading, where
maybe
his son now takes over, because it's been enough time has happened, or his grandson.
Well, in that universe, his son could have took over, and instead of him, I mean, he rewrote his own history.
Yeah, because he's an old man in Endgame.
Yeah, and he's a skinny guy, guy. Like, he wasn't out there.
He still has a super serum in him, and if he had a kid with Peggy Carter, you would think that serum would be passed down a generation, if you know what I mean. Bada bing, bada boom.
Whoa, hey!
Heyo. Super serum, if you know what I mean.
And they get their own spin-off on the CW where they live on a farm.
Exactly. But no, I'm just saying, that's what I thought. And I saw this James Rogers, and I was like, that's got to be some kind of connection to Steve Rogers. They wouldn't throw that in there without some kind of reasoning.
That's a good catch, because I didn't notice.
Thank you. So anyways, so then right after that, they talk about Monica wanting to go back into the Hex. Oh,
I got a theory about this.
Here's my theory on this. And she said, it's changing your cells.
Yes.
You're going in and out of the Hex.
Yes, she's going to get
Is Wanda going to be the impetus for making mutants?
Yes, that's my theory. Okay.
Instead of them doing a whole thing with X-Men,
Yes.
they're going to say all these people that are inside the hex are now mutants.
Yes, I totally agree because we saw the world open up even
Expand.
more, expand more, and all these people who get sucked in,
Yeah.
the people
And
longer
it
in there
takes
are
place in Westview, New Jersey. Who's to say Xavier's School for Gifted Children could just be smart kids in this universe, and that's who he's teaching.
Yeah.
But the expansion of this hex goes over top of the university of the Xavier School.
Yeah.
And they all become mutants.
Everybody in this town could become mutants.
Yeah.
And if they're
and we haven't seen everyone in the town.
No.
And now that it's expanded, there's a whole bunch more people inside this hex.
And that opens it up to Fantastic Four, that opens it up to X-Men, the X-Force. I mean, all the mutants.
Yeah. And that's how you recast the characters if you want.
Yes.
Because you can now say that they've gone through the hex.
In the comic, Wanda says, no more mutants, and she gets rid of them all, right? In this, it could be the opposite. She could be more mutants.
Or she just
or
not
someone
even saying
says
it.
someone
just,
says that
just happens
more
because
mutants
of the hex.
and she creates the mutants.
Yes, she creates mutants.
Mark, I was thinking that the moment the episode ended, I was like, oh fuck, this is the creation of mutants right here.
Because my thing on that would be that how you'd recast Quicksilver. Is she brought him in from the universe that's going on now.
Yeah.
And just made this person who happens to be in the town at the time, who could be the person that was in witness protection that
but
Jimmy Woo was looking for. Listen to me. This is my theory.
All right.
At the beginning of this show, when they got to the hex part with Jimmy Woo,
he
said he had a person in witness protection who went missing.
Oh, I forgot all about that. That's so long
right
ago. Yeah.
So could it be who this person is who's playing Quicksilver?
I would agree with you.
And why he's so on the nose of everything is because he's being fed all this information because of Wanda.
Yeah, but Jimmy Woo saw him. Jimmy Woo saw him in the monitor, so he would have said, "That's my guy." So that theory might be blown out of the water. I like it, but I think it might not work because he
hasn't seen him though.
No, the last episode he said
no, he didn't see Quicksilver though.
He said, "Who's
only
that?" Right?
Person that saw Quicksilver was Darcy. At the end of the episode, she was by herself, and she goes, she recast her brother.
But this one, they all saw him. They all saw him. Remember when they were all gathered around? It was playing. The whole beginning sequence was.
But they weren't watching it though, which is playing in the background. They weren't actually watching the episodes.
I don't know. It's a theory I like, but I'm like, I'm not.
I think that's how they're going to do it. Is they're going to say that he was brought into the hex from outside the hex, and that's how he was given in her thing. She gave him powers, and she's now like that's a way to bring him in to be like, okay, he's super powered inside the hex, and now when he gets pulled outside the hex, he's going to have those powers, and he'll be a mutant that way, as opposed to recasting a different way.
I still think he might be Mephisto or something. I
don't
know.
Maybe, but I'm saying that might be a possibility.
It's a good theory.
But I think the mutant thing is a big possibility with her.
Oh, I think we're creating mutants right now, and I think this is it. I think you're absolutely right. And the kid, want to hear a mutant Easter egg? In one of the kids' bedrooms, he had a dog pool poster, just like Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deadpool poster. Dog pool though. It was dog pool.
Which is from the universe of the Deadpool.
And then that could just be an
Deadpool
Easter egg.
Pores.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
It could just be an Easter egg, but I thought it was pretty cool.
So the other thing with Quicksilver is the new Quicksilver the old one, because they show the scene where she turns away and then turns back around and he's zombie Quicksilver. He's got the bullet holes in him and he's got the zombie face.
See, this is where the theory of
is he the old Aaron Johnson or whatever his name is? It's Quicksilver. Or is someone messing with her by putting this person in her world that she's made to play the part of Quicksilver, but it's not him, like you were saying, Mephisto.
I think it's Mephisto. I think someone's doing something because she said when he showed up, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And he's fully aware of everything. He's fully
Yeah.
aware of everything. And he's asking these questions, which nobody else gets away with that.
Yeah.
Only because it's family, right? It's her twin brother. So
Yeah.
she's gonna let it slide because it's him. And at the very end, he made a horrible comment about her husband can't dying twice,
Yeah. And she blasts
and
him away.
she blasted him away. So he pushed her
Yeah.
further, but he's being controlled by something else. I really
Yeah.
feel it's got an outside thing,
Mm.
thing. And I think he's feeding into this because she doesn't,
Yes.
like you said, doesn't know
Yeah.
how this is all happening herself.
Yeah. And we got confirmed that the Vision's just totally non-existent, really. He's just a husk because he goes outside the hex. But before that, he runs into Agnes, parks in the
Yes,
car,
that
which
was
in the trailer, we saw him wearing his old outfit in the trailer. He was wearing his old Halloween costume, but in the actual episode, he's wearing his new like MCU costume. So
but
there was a switcheroo they did.
well, it's also interesting when she says when he wakes her up and she
Mm.
says, "Oh my God, help us! You're part of the Avengers," and he's like, "The Avengers who?"
Because remember he said last episode she totally wiped his memory. She has no memory of anything before the hex.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
When she's up in the air, he's like, I don't remember anything. I don't remember who I am or how I.
Oh yeah, I'm
like,
scared.
I have no memories from before being here. Because he's not there. He's just a husk roaming around.
Right.
Because as soon as he walks outside the hex, he basically just starts falling apart because
and
he
he was
doesn't exist
disappearing. He was
now.
disappearing just like in the movie.
Yeah, he was blipping basically.
Yeah, and he's like falling apart and things
Yeah.
being sucked away. Oh, man, that was and they're all like, and what's her name, Kat Dennings there. So it's like we gotta help him, Darcy.
Yeah.
We gotta help him. We gotta help him.
So then they chain her to a car.
Bunch of assholes.
Bumper.
And then they all take off.
Then she moves the hex farther out, and they all get sucked into it, and they're in the circus, which makes perfect sense.
Well, you hear about the callback in episode 3 when you see Monica and everybody, and someone says something like, "Oh, those bunch of clowns," like mentioning Sword being a bunch of clowns in a car.
Yeah.
And now Sword turned into a bunch of clowns in a car, and it was like a circus. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I can't remember. They didn't get what's his name in the main car. They made it out.
No,
right?
he got away because he's like, "Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?" And that's how the episode ends.
And that was it. I think just those people in the car got away.
Yeah, but Darcy's now inside the hex, which now means
could she turn into a mutant?
Possible mutant. Kitty Pryde, maybe.
I mean,
I would be fine with that.
Listen, I really like the idea of these people are going to be the mutants.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is once this hex goes away, and in a future episode, a future show or movie, there's going to be talks about the hex turning these people.
Yes. Yeah, they were all infected by the hex, and that's how they became
mutants.
Yeah. They've been mutated by the hex.
And I think it's going to be a slow trickle to the point where we're going to hear about Xavier. We're going to hear about I do think so.
So, anyways, Monica and Jimmy Woo get away.
They're looking for the mystery man. Who is the mystery man?
Meeting this person who I am thinking is going to be Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, me too.
Because there's got to be a connection to the Doctor Strange movie somehow.
Yeah.
And the only person that has the magical powers to get her back inside this hex, in my thought process, would be Doctor Strange.
I agree.
Because there's going to have to be a Doctor Strange appearance somehow, I'm thinking, to make this work, to get to Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Either him or Wong, the other, like his sidekick there.
There was talks that might be Reed from Fantastic Four.
That'd be a big one too.
There was
Yeah,
rumors that could be him,
Dr. Reed,
Dr. Reed, and this would be
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards would be pre mutation,
Yeah. So
and
then
that
the Hex mutates him.
could.
What if it's the Fantastic Four completely?
I mean,
The whole family's there.
yeah. We learned that there was
That's
families.
his team. Yeah.
There was families in these houses who just didn't move until she
Yeah.
allowed it or whatever. So these people were just like in this.
No, I'm
state
saying,
of
but what if she's
frozen.
meeting Reed Richards and his
Oh.
staff is the rest of the Fantastic Four? You really don't. It could go anywhere. There's
Yeah,
really
I
no,
know.
until we find out. You can pretty much make anything happen.
They can surprise us because they've done it before. It could be Luke Skywalker. We don't even
It
know.
could be. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
So here's my last thing. If Vision can't survive outside the Hex, and he was only alive because of the Hex,
He's done. He's dead.
can the twins survive outside the Hex?
Okay. Monica said the twins are real.
Or are they just imaginary as well?
But she said the twins were real. They could just be kids. They could
Well,
just be kids.
She can't really say that they're real or not. She doesn't really know.
She didn't really give
Monica
birth.
was being controlled by Wanda.
Yeah, but they didn't really give birth. Those kids could just be someone else's kids that she's making speed up with her magic.
Or they're just like a figment of her imagination and she wasn't pregnant at all.
Or they could be real and that they will have powers. Because the Hex
no,
is
my
giving
thing
them
is the
powers.
thing that's going to make her break completely and start the whole battle scene of this series is going to be the fact that the kids are going to say to her, we can't survive outside this Hex, or we can't make it out in the real world. We won't survive this world falling apart that they're in. And she's already like their mother.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't want her kids to die.
No. I don't see going down that path. I feel like they're going to be still there and they're going to have I think the Hex is giving them powers.
I get that, but I'm saying like Vision, if they go outside the Hex, will they just disappear and blip away like Vision would?
I think they're part of that neighborhood, and I think A, they could be really her kids, or B, there are kids from inside the Hex that she just kind of kidnapped. And...
I think that's too much. That's too deep there. But I think it's just, I don't know. It's either someone impregnated Wanda, be it this Mephisto idea you have, which I think is I think a common theory is that Mephisto is something to do with this whole thing.
Somebody.
Mephisto, yeah, because that was from the comic book. Yeah, Mephisto did this, and that's what this whole story was about. And they were demon spawn in the whole thing, and that's very on the nose, though. That's my thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally. This show is very not on the nose.
Yeah.
The other thing I was wondering, where is the blonde lady gone?
You ask that every week, and we haven't seen her.
This is 2 weeks now. We've not seen the blonde lady or her husband.
She could just be nobody.
But she's supposedly a big character.
Maybe
in the show.
Maybe that's Mephisto. I don't know. Maybe they're going to switch it up. It's going to be this woman.
Maybe it's the derpy guy's Mephisto.
The derpy guy?
Wonder Woman-esque. The nerd is a god.
Yes, a deity.
Yes, he's a god. The guy that's the librarian doesn't change facial features or anything.
Right,
just stays in the body of a nerd, but just puts armor on and he's a super.
All right. Let's stop there. Can
we talk about the commercial?
Yes. So, Magic. Yo Magic.
Which is yogurt, which is Go-Gurt, basically.
And it was very dark.
It's a Go-Gurt commercial. It's a ripoff. It's a pure ripoff of a Go-Gurt commercial from that time frame. I understand,
but it's very dark that the kid dies on the island. And he looks like Red Skull almost. And Red Skull.
Well, that was my theory with the kids. Is that saying that commercial's foreshadowing that as her magic is spent up,
they can't live without it.
They can't live without the magic of their mother.
Or Usually the
Because it
commercials.
says it said for survivors, yo magic. Or the kids sucking Wanda's magic out and they can't live without her magic, like feeding off her magic.
Ooh. So okay, so here's a theory. Say they figure this out, and Wanda, nothing can happen to her, or the kids could die. So
That's what I'm saying.
even if the hex goes away, she's using her magic to keep them alive.
Yes, that they're just manifestations of her magic, or using the Mephisto route, they're demon spawn, and they're feeding off Wanda,
Right.
and that's why things are slowly fading. Like she's slowly losing grip, is because they're taking her, they're eating away her magic. That's how they get their powers.
Yes, they're getting her
eating
powers. One of them has her powers. One of them's got her brother's powers.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think since they came into the world,
yes, things have started to slip out of her control.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. Because all those commercials always have like something
that
connects to what's going on.
They're a reference usually to something happened in her past.
Yes, but now we've cut up to her present.
Right.
So now commercials are now her future.
Ooh, commercials from futures past.
Yes.
Past commercials from the future.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they are catching up with her. They can be giving us an
clues.
Insight. Yeah.
Hints.
Totally.
This is like the best show I've ever watched in a long time.
Yeah, it is really good.
And I did say to Claire, I was like, I know Brian's going to be like, oh, well, if you like these kind of mystery shows, you'll enjoy like X-Files and Lost and Twin Peaks. I was like, no, I'm never watching any of those stupid shows.
I'm not going to make you watch those shows.
No, I know you're not going to, but you'd be like, if you like this stuff, you're going to enjoy.
Listen, there's shows for everybody. Lost is not for everybody. X-Files is not for everybody. Twin Peaks.
No, it just has the worst ending in television history.
What does?
Lost.
I don't think so.
You were all purgatory. We're all purgatory.
All right.
Stupid.
Let's stop.
J.J. Abrams ruining everything.
Let's stop.
First Star Wars, now that.
He didn't ruin.
Bad robot. Bad.
He didn't ruin Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars. No, I don't know. Don't give me.
Anyways, WandaVision. The show is amazing.
Yeah.
Only 3 episodes left. I can't wait for Fridays.
Totally.
It's like I have to wake up on a Friday, and the first thing I have to do is watch WandaVision.
I watch it on my lunch break.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's like I want to text you as soon as it's over and be like, hey, have you watched it yet? I need to discuss. I need to get this out.
Noon. I watch it at noon now. I don't go on social media until I watch it. So, Mark, as we do, on a 1 to 5 scale, I give this episode a 5.
I'm gonna start breaking the scale, and I'm gonna give this one a 6.
1 through 5. Just
all right. I'll give it a 5.
All right. Unless we decide not to do 1 through 10s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on a roll for me. Every episode's been a hit. I'm so into it, and it does not fail. When I fucking see the end credits, man, I get so mad.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Yeah, this one especially.
Yeah.
Because you could tell there was like just about something to happen, and then they cut it like right as her face, like she's like just about to say something, and it's like, oh no, come on.
So there are rumors. I don't know. I'm not a big rumors person. I don't put stock in rumors that much. So I'm only going to say this because if it's true, this is awesome. But I don't really know how anybody would know this. But the rumor is the next 3 episodes are going to be an hour each.
I've heard that rumor too. And these episodes are like 40 minutes long. So
yeah, they run between 30 and 40.
It would make sense that they would get longer.
A little bit long.
Fit more in.
I mean, a lot will happen in the next 3 episodes. So it could be.
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, next episode is going to be the beginning of the big finale battle situation.
I think the lead up.
Yeah. So I'm saying like the very beginnings of it. Like everyone's getting put in their places, ready to go into it. Then the 8th episode will be the big battle. and then at the very end will be like the beginning of the end of the battle, and episode 9 will be the end of the battle and the conclusion of the story.
Now, you say battle. I don't agree with that word used because I don't think there's going to be a big battle. I think there's going to be a big.
Oh, I think there's going to be a big battle. I think it's going to be Wanda, Quicksilver, the kids, any other people inside the hex that are either Wanda fighting the person that's controlling her inside the hex, or Wanda fighting the people trying to get into the hex to stop her.
Sword.
Yeah.
And
then you're going to have the Monica group that's going to be trying to get in to help her deal with what's going on.
I would be fine with not a big battle, but a kind of.
No, I mean, there's going to be like the climactic situation.
Right. I don't know. See, I don't know.
There's going to be at least one. Wanda's going to fight somebody.
There's going to be.
I don't know who, but there's going to be something.
There's going to be a moment with Sword taking on something. But yeah. I mean, I see your point, but I kind of say there might be a big action scene, but I feel this might be a little bit more.
I also think it might be twofold. I was thinking it might be twofold. It might be Wanda battling whoever's controlling her inside the hex.
Yeah.
Outside the hex, it's Monica and that group battling Sword.
Right, trying to get Sword to back down.
To get Sword to not go into the hex.
Yeah. Well, now that there's barely any Sword left. I mean,
well, there's still Sword. It's just that group that was there.
Yeah, they're all clowns.
But now he has like he could use his she absorbed all my people and
right.
I have to go in to get them.
Yeah,
and then they give him like helicarrier or whatever flies in.
Before we put a pin and a bow on this conversation, the mystery person,
could be Nick Fury even.
Oh yes.
There's gonna be there has to be. I'm just thinking there's got to be some kind of Nick Fury drop in to smack down the Sword guy.
You know what? I'm gonna say my theory for the mystery person. Nick Fury. I'm going with that. What do you say, Mark?
I think it's Nick. I have two options: Nick Fury or Doctor Strange. It could be someone completely different that we don't even know. It could be some totally different person. It could be James Rogers, who was the guy that she emailed, who was the son of Captain America.
Or it could be Reed.
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards.
I think that's too far of a grab, though. I think that's too far out of a grab.
Yeah.
There might be like a background thing, like the email or something like that. Or some kind of like web communication thing, or we talked to our doctors in New York and he's the doctor. Later on you find out he was a doctor that they talked to.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing. I think it's too far out of that movie being the happening of that.
Or
coming
they talk to Nick Fury, and Nick Fury leads them to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So listen, this is above my pay grade, but I think you should be talking to this person, and this person could be someone totally new.
Yeah.
To the MCU.
Professor Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I think it's Fantastic Four is on the docket for MCU.
But that's way down the docket, though. It's not like it's a new, not next year or two docket.
But they have introduced characters before they even got their movie. Black Panther, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I just don't know if that's a huge reveal inside the WandaVision show.
That would be
when you have Captain America, Winter Soldier that's going to follow this, and then Loki that's going to follow that, and then whatever show's going to follow that, and then whatever show's going to follow that one.
I mean, come on. They gave us Luke Skywalker. I mean, come on.
It's a whole different company's deal, though. It's not like it's the same storyteller.
Yeah, but I think Disney is capable of doing anything. I don't know. I think it's.
I do too, but I think that's too far out of a grab.
All right.
I'm
Next week
really
we should know.
more of the leaning towards the Nick Fury, Doctor Strange.
I feel like Nick Fury is going to lead him to maybe Doctor Strange or someone we don't know. That's what I think. I think he's going to say this is above my pay grade, but I think you should be able to talk to this person.
Well, because my thing is the only other magical superhero that's out there right now is Doctor Strange.
Right.
It's the only person who could possibly battle Wanda magic
Yeah.
be Doctor Strange.
You're absolutely right there. Absolutely right.
So I think that's
one.
that's how you get that connection to the movie.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, that's been WandaVision, and we'll be back.
WandaVision episode 6.
Yeah, it's in the bag, and Friday, man, can't come
Ooh,
soon
man.
enough. So let's
I love the thing that there's like so many questions that they could be, and it's not like cut and dry.
We'll be wrong on all of it, probably.
We will be. That's the fun part. Is you can be like, oh, I didn't even think of that person, or I didn't even think that was going to be the thing.
Yeah, totally.
But it'd be fun to see how Darcy interacts now inside or what her character is.
Someone posted a meme saying she's going to show up dressed up as two broke girls. I'm like, no,
God, no. But I could see her being some kind of like.
There's a promotional poster with her, and they have a television in front of like her body and
her
the
chest area.
Yeah, and on
big television
on her clothing is is the same kind of someone said it looks like the circus. It has the same sort of like pattern.
Ringmaster kind of.
And there's the same pattern on her clothing, which is interesting. So
she's going to be in the area of the circus. So she's going to be like,
she'll be.
I feel like she'll be like the illusionist or escape artist or something, because got this. She'll be like a Harry Houdini kind of character,
or just a clown. But I think she'll be somebody.
I don't think she'll be a clown. I think she'll be like a Harry, because she was had the handcuffs on her. So the easy solution to that would be to make her like a escape artist, kind of thing at the circus.
I think we could be seeing some interesting things. I think our theory, mutants are coming because of this.
Yes, mutants are coming.
We're getting somebody special with this secret person. I think those are the two big ones.
And a villain might be revealed.
Yeah. All right, Mark, we got to go. Right. We got to wrap this up.
We got to wrap it up. Put in a bow.
Yeah. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Give us comments.
Subscribe to our YouTube page.
And our Facebook page.
We do post these shows on the YouTube. Yeah. So you can watch them there as well. We appreciate everybody for watching. We're kind of astonished by the amount of people who've jumped on to the show lately. And we thank you all for coming on, and we're having fun. This is the year of Marvel, and Disney Plus is upon us. So we're gonna be along for the whole ride. So
this is the year of the mouse.
The year of the mouse. Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Good night, everybody.